Bitcoin, we start with forward chart. First of all, if you refer to our analysis in my last video, since the price was within here, we mentioned whoever get the trade for buy within this range, they have to move their stop loss to break even, because I mentioned if the price couldn't break this zone, we can expect the next drop, and exactly this is what we get. You don't want to see what's the next. All right. Anyway, we start with higher time frame. We start with the weekly chart. And as I mentioned in my last analysis, I mentioned we need to be quite careful that this correction can be similar to what we have here. We need to be really careful about the possibility for the next drop before we look for the reversal, because in that case, maybe we can look for the divergence based on weekly chart. All right. And anyway, there is no much changes. And if we refer to our analysis, still we are within this correction, because we mentioned we are looking for this one as a reversal, as a corrective. Then if the price could break this resistance, then it's good for us. If not, then the continuation with the as a corrective, the possibility for the next drop with the breakout of the previous low, we can expect the price even drop to 12500. All right. By the way, we don't have really good trade setup. The only thing is we have to be really careful about this reversal, because with the if we get one more drop, we can look for the divergence. Then from there, any opportunity for buy, we will take it. But at this point, any trade for buy within this range will be a short term. And as I mentioned, there is no much changes, and we don't have any trade setup either for buy or sell. The only thing is at this point, we don't need to really care about this zone. The only thing is if anyone wants to look for trade, they have to wait for the correction here. And mostly if the price reverses as a corrective similar to what we have here, the possibility for the next drop is very high. Okay, and we are expecting the price to drop, but at this point, we don't have any trade either for buy or sell, and we have to wait for the correction before we take the next trade. That's mean based on forward chart, we don't have any trade set up yet, and even based on 1 hour chart. Okay, by the way, and even if you move to forward chart, if you look at the chart and if you zoom out, and if you put this stop relative to the previous one, this is what I highlighted in my last analysis. Since we had the divergence, we mentioned, that's why we mentioned we can expect for the next drop. By the way, we don't have any trade setup at this point, and we have to wait for the correction. We will see what kind of the correction we will get from here before we take the next trade. In this case, we just follow the chart, and if I see any trade setup or any update, then I will share. Thanks.